Hello everyone, this is Jyotsna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we will see the basics of JavaScript, some of the very important questions regarding the JavaScript language. This is the second tutorial. In our first tutorial, we have seen the introduction to the JavaScript. So starting with here, the first question is why is JavaScript used? So as we know, JavaScript is the most popular programming language for both client side and server side to make interactive web pages. It is mainly used to develop websites and web-based applications. There are some other applications also for the JavaScript, like creating interactive websites, building applications, web servers, and game development. So these are some of the very important applications. That's why we use JavaScript. The next question is why to learn JavaScript. So there are many different advantages of using JavaScript and learning the JavaScript. As I said, it is a very popular programming language nowadays to create websites for and web pages, both client and server side. There are other advantages also for learning JavaScript. The first one here I have mentioned, the one is that no need of compiler. So with JavaScript, since it is an interpreted language, therefore it does not need any compiler for compilation. Next is used both client and server side. So earlier JavaScript was used to build client side applications only, but with the evaluation of its frameworks, namely Node.js and Express.js, it is now widely used for building server side applications too. The next is helps to build a complete solution. So as we saw, JavaScript is widely used in both client and server applications. Therefore, it helps us to build end-to-end solution to a given problem. The next is we can use JavaScript everywhere. So it is so loved because it can be used anywhere or everywhere. It can be used to develop websites, games, or mobile applications. The next is huge community support. So JavaScript have very huge community supports and this language and its take its legacy forward. Many people or many community users are there who are learning this and mentoring this language and taking its legacy forward. So these are some of the points which shows that how much it is important to learn JavaScript. The next question is how JavaScript is different from HTML. So we have HTML language also and JavaScript language also. So how different is JavaScript from HTML? So here JavaScript is an advanced programming language that makes web pages more interactive and dynamic, where the HTML is a standard markup language that provides the primary structure of websites. So next is JavaScript simply adds dynamic content to websites to make them look good, and HTML works on the looks of the website without the interactive effects and all. The next is JavaScript manipulates the content to create dynamic web pages. So uh, it manipulates the content to create dynamic web pages where the HTML language pages are static, which means the content cannot be changed. The next is JavaScript is not cross-browser compatible, whereas the HTML is cross-browser compatible. The last one is JavaScript can be embedded inside HTML, but HTML cannot be embedded inside JavaScript. So these are some of the differences between JavaScript and HTML. The next is JavaScript compile or interpreted or both? So JavaScript is both compile and interpreted. In the earliest version of JavaScript, it is only it used only the interpreter that executed the code line by line and shows the result immediately. But with the time, the performance became an issue and as interpretation is quite slow. Therefore, in the newer version of JavaScript, JIT compiler was also incorporated to optimize the execution and display the result more quickly. So this JIT compiler generates a bytecodes that is relatively easier to code. This bytecode is a set of highly optimized instructions. So we can say that JavaScript was previously interpreted language, but now we have the JIT compiler, so we can call it as compiler as well as interpreted language. The next is the V8 engine initially uses an interpreter to interpret the code here. On further executions, the V8 engine finds patterns such as frequently executed functions, frequently used variables, and compiles them to improve performance. So, to improve the performance, the JIT compiler was introduced. So we can say that JavaScript is both compiled and interpreted language. So this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do subscribe my channel for more videos on JavaScript.